Without further ado, welcome to another exciting episode of Interviews with the Foreign Magazine, where we sit down with some of the most dynamic and innovative figures shaping today's business, entertainment landscape. Today, we are honored to introduce DJ Selph, a trailblazing entrepreneur and wealth generator. DJ is a CEO of SMT Financial Partners, a wealth coach, and a serial entrepreneur who has built a reputation for helping people navigate the complexities of the financial world, particularly in the tax industry. With her expertise, she has transformed countless lives, creating 6 to 8 figure earners through her strategic guidance. Beyond her entrepreneur ventures, DJ is also an accomplished author and executive producer, further showcasing her diverse talents and commitment to empowering others. We are thrilled to have her here today and share her insights, her journey, and her vision for the future. Let's dive into it.
Hey,
Thank you
look,
for
you got
being
me
on the
ready to go and
platform.
jump up off the porch. Like, hey, where do I sign?
How you doing today?
Amazing,
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
Glad to be here.
We definitely appreciate you for pulling up. And today, man, we just gonna get into it. We
Okay.
understand, your history and all of the things that you bring, being from Detroit, also having that Ohio connection. You know what I mean? But just being a true hustler, somebody that really beat the odds and now inspiring other people to take on that same journey and path. So let's get straight into it. If you can, let the people know where you from and what was your life like coming up in Detroit.
Oh, so you gonna take me back down through there to the dark place, but then I start clambering my way
That's
up out of
right.
it, and then we'll see the light.
That's how we do it.
So I'm from Mac, MTD, and that's what we called it. I can't change where I'm from. How they say, I was able to not be a product of my environment, and I thank God for that. But I'm from Mac and Manistee. I graduated from Finney High School. I had small businesses in Detroit at a very young age. I was introduced to entrepreneurship by my ex-husband. And so that was a good thing that came out of it. And look, that's all I have to
For
say
sure.
about that. But it was amazing. At a young age, 20 years old, I owned a dry cleaners right there on East Warren, a beauty supply store, a cellular phone store, and I was only 20 years old.
Mm.
And so he was the one that, for real, I got to get credit where credit is due. Let me know that, entrepreneurship is possible because, growing up where I grew up on Mac and Manistee, it was one of the lower socioeconomical areas. And, a lot of factors came into play, even with like the elder generation, as far as their education level and the things that was shared with them along the way. And so my mom, I commend her because even though her first child was at 14, which was my brother who was 2 years older than me, she was a go-getter. Like, she was gonna make it happen. She pushed like she was going to make it happen. So she worked at, everybody worked at the factory in Detroit. You eating, you doing pretty good. So she worked at General Motors way back when. And so, but she would get laid off all the time. So having to have some type of other hustle or some other means, I watched that. And so I watched the struggle. And I never change or try to replace that. That's what made me who I am today. And even within that culture that I was in, my mindset, my mom still, I was going horseback riding. I was in acting classes. I was, really, like, she was broadening our horizons as far as me and my brother, the structure that we had at home. And so that played a major impact. And also just that struggle just make you want more. And everybody from my block, we're all successful. And that's really something because it was a lot of us. And like when I say everybody from the block is successful, but we didn't have. And so when we did get the opportunity, if somebody gave us an inch, we went and took, we ran with it. And that's just off topic for a second. That's a problem today. People seeing opportunities and not being actionable. And so, way back then, that was our mindset, to be actionable, to want more, to put the work in, get the result, even when it was on all levels. And that's what, carried me through that grind that, I wouldn't change it for the world where I came from, even though, very humble beginnings, sometimes and it is kind of taking me to a dark place to answer the question.
Yeah.
But I would never change it for the world. I even go back there to this day and give. I was down there. We was doing a reality show. I got a reality show that Wealth Street, and it'll be out pretty soon. Stay tuned. But we went down there to film just to get some footage on where I came from, and came across two little boys. And we asked to see their grades and everything. Bought them 2 pairs of each a pair of shoes. Gave them 150 each to go get shoes. And by the way, they just called my son 2 days ago talking about can they? We like, where's the report card? They didn't send the report card, so we ain't. Right. Yeah, we ain't get the money. Show them grades. But yeah, it's just like people are not taking advantage of situations. Just like even in the Bible, that God, He gonna send the boat, He gonna send it. But on the third time, you still like, that ain't God. Well, what have you been praying? This is what you've been praying for. You praying for change. You tired of your situation. You tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You don't have no freedom of nothing. I got freedom of my finances, freedom of my time, and freedom of my location. My laptop with me everywhere I go. I open it up. I got a corporation I'm running. No matter if I'm in Timbuktu or sitting right here. And so, the whole thing, the mindset is everything. And people just not being actionable. But coming from where I came from, it did make us more hungry and more thirsty for it when we did get the opportunity, because we was always just praying if we could just get the opportunity, if one person can just give us the opportunity, and just taking advantage of that. And so many people today are avoiding and passing by opportunities, and it's costing them, 100%. It's costing them the change that they need.
Definitely. You said a lot, but it was something that stood out to me. I am a firm believer that a person should never let their pain go in vain. Sometimes it is the pain and the struggle, as you just explained, that fuels a person to be determined, that fuels a person to dream outside the bounds of the environment that they see. And it kind of seemed like, even kind of thinking about, that past and stuff like that is some like real things, that really played a factor. And what I try to do, of course, without pressuring a person to or being too, but I try, because I know it's a young lady out there. I know it's a young man out there who may be going through a very, very dark time, and maybe an example of something that that was really, really traumatic during those times. If they hear that may be able to inspire them. So is there anything that you've experienced that was like really traumatic? That was
How long we got for this show? No, look. Did I experience it when I went down through there? And constantly, as we are on our path to increase, you're going to endure. Because when you first of all, whatever you experienced, you were supposed to. And even those dark places, that became a part of my purpose and who I am. And I don't mind sharing that. And we shouldn't, as a people, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be walking in our purpose. When we're walking in our purpose, then we're sharing that thing that we was called to do. And it's your testimony. So, when I was homeless, my kids almost didn't get Christmas. Church had to provide toys to my children for Christmas. I was homeless. And so since then, now I make millions of dollars. Well, it's been 25 years now that I do Toys for Tots, giving away millions of dollars in toys. In fact, my logistics company, I had someone right there on their way here now with a semi truck on a Sunday, loaded full of toys, 60 pallets to add to the other, 300 and some pallets that we got stored right now. And so that became my purpose. And because of my trials and tribulations and it be my testimony. And those are the things that I give into and that's not just me, that's everybody. People supposed to walk in their what they have experienced, their trials, your tribulations, those things that you have experienced that you felt like was the worst thing that ever happened to me was the best thing that ever happened to me.
And I wanted to ask you too, like even with that as a mother, like I know that had to be, how many children did you have at that time?
Two. I only had the same two.
Okay, so you had two children, homeless.
I had to send them back to Detroit to live with my mom.
From a financial standpoint, what would you say? Because I know like it's mothers out here that's experiencing that, and it may just be because of one bad financial decision. Maybe not knowing how to properly like prioritize or whatever. What would you say it was for you at that time that landed you in that position?
Oh, he want to just keep on going there. Well, here it go then. It was me depending on a man in a relationship. I let the ball drop, and that's how I look at it. As if I let the ball drop, that changed me as a woman from that day to this one. I have never depended on anyone but myself. I didn't look at him and say, "Look at what you did. Look at what you made happen." And this was my husband. This the head of the house. I believe in the way of the Bible. That the man is the head of the house, and so and he was responsible for us. However, I relied on him for everything and I looked at it and I didn't blame him. I said, I dropped the ball and now me and my children are homeless and I would never let that happen again, depending on anyone. And from that day to this one, I have put myself in a position where, I whatever I want, I can have whatever it is that I want. I don't need people to buy me anything to make me happy, to be in my company, do nice things for me, whatever it is to whatever level, for business or pleasure, I can supply those things for myself. And so now what's on the table for me, even as far as relationships, is what's real. Where's the morals? Where's the value? How are you loving me? How are you treating me? These are the things that we got to deal with because I don't need nothing else from you. Now, I like gifts and I like things and I like people to, do things for me because I'm a giver. Like that's my love language. I'm always giving, acts of faith, acts of kindness. I'm always giving. So, I like to be given to as well, but to, where I see the mindset of a lot of women, especially coming out of Detroit. That's how I was raised. Actually, by my older cousins, like, you better find somebody with some money. Like, what he got going on? He want to talk to you. What did he have going on? And so that was my mindset too. And that's why I married who I married. I mean, not because I wanted something from him, but he fit the bill. Like he was checking up all the boxes that I had to have checked off. And that was one of them. And so, but that taught me a very, very valuable lesson because it was a hands-on experience for me. I didn't have to hear about it. I actually went through it and it was very traumatic. And especially what I experienced on other levels too with the marriage. I even wrote a book about that called "A Sin in My Household," because there was a sin that happened in my household. It was a lot. It was an awful lot, but that was the thing. Whatever don't kill you make you stronger. That's what made me stronger. That's what made me fight. That's what molded my purpose. After I got over the woe is me, why is this happening to me? And I'm like, okay, it happened. Get up. Now what? What's next? And so I'm always having that what's next attitude no matter what. And so that really helped build and mold me and make me stronger.
Yeah. As you talk about, moving forward and elevating from that space, my question is, who has been like a major influence or mentor in your career? And and maybe with their guidance, or shaping you to be the person that you are today from a personal standpoint and a business standpoint?
And so I have to credit a lot of people for that. First, my mom, she was the one that's always pushing me, making me, feel like anything is possible. Like, you gonna do this, you are going to do this, and you can do it. And just drilling that in me always made me know, okay, well, it's easy then. I could do it. She said I can do it. And so that's where it all started from. And then when I started scaling, then I had met this group of people who I'm still in partnership right now. They're over me, and so they teach me. Teach me and mentor me, and with this blueprint that I share with the world now. And so they have over 1,000 partnerships because of this blueprint. I have over 206 partnerships in the income tax industry where I scale 6 to 8 figure earners, and that's my job, is to bring people checks. Actually, with I have no value other than that, and so they are they really help scale me. I know that you need more than one mentor. It's not going to just be one mentor to do it for anybody. I felt like, coming from Detroit, I didn't have a lot of, I needed sharpened with etiquette. So I had an etiquette mentor. Anything that I felt like I wanted to use or better, how I wanted to better myself, I would look for that person that I saw those qualities in, and then I would contract them as mentor.
Yeah.
So Dr. Sonia, she's a good one. Stormy Wellington, I paid $30,000 cash money. Some people was using the app to pay, and the payment arrangement. Me, what's the wire? Give me that. But I got $3 million worth of game.
And that's what I wanted to ask too. Like, a lot of times we are hesitant to spend the money to build the relationship.
Or spend the money. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself, because you're cheating yourself. When you get a mentor, you're fast tracking. Like, I want this result right now. I want to pay for that. If I can have that right now, why I got to slow roll it? I could just use their blueprint, get to that result right now. If the money is the motive. Now, if you're just looking at the glitz and the fame of these titles, and that's what you want to do, then go ahead. But step over there and do that over there. I want to get to this result right now. So if I want something, I'm going to give me a mentor, and I'm going to get that result right now. And I'm going to pay for it. I pay, and it moves it. It moves the productivity. It moves the result. So I'm all about the result. That's what I want. I don't care about titles. They look at me, my whole team. I got thousands of people under me, and they like, she the boss. No, I'm not the boss. My position is just different from yours. Our positions are equally as important. Her position is equally as important as mine is. I'm just the one that's facilitating, and I've arranged all of this, and I've built this community. But I'm not the one that's sitting here that I'm the superior to any of them. And I teach them that, and I raise them up to be just as strong as me. I build corporations. Like she started off as a preparer. I asked her today, how many tax offices you have under you? 11. How many businesses? Maybe 3 or 4, but she used to work at the Waffle House. Somebody down here in Detroit, homeless. They was homeless. Now they just made $3 million. They got the house of their dreams. They got restaurants and own real estate and all kinds of stuff. So, and it's not, I could just keep going on and on and on with receipts.
Now, if I can, let's go into the tax industry. Like, if I wanted to, it's me. I want to get involved.
You need to.
Where do I start?
The reason why you need to get involved is not because it's just so popular and you need to get into taxes, but as a people, especially a minority of people, we minority, if we ain't making, we ain't in the 1%, we minority, as far as I'm concerned. I'm trying to get in the 1%. So, if you have a vehicle, and you should share one with me, I'm doing it. I'm with it. I want to make some money. I got 22 businesses. I want checks. So if you have a vehicle and it can get you to a revenue because it's hard cash that's coming in, that you could take this hard cash. Now, this don't have to be your dream, profession or dream, job or anything like that. We don't call it a job. We inspire entrepreneurship. So we recruit, we don't hire. And so anyways, we have this blueprint that can make you very successful by we set you up from the beginning to the end with a systematic approach on how to recruit your team. We build high performing teams. So we will help you recruit your team. We will then train your team with a panel of 15 trainers. And then we will show your team how to market themselves, because most people, they got the tools. They show you how to use them, and then they tell you, good luck out there. See you, bye. We don't. We said, you know what? Put your hand in ours. We're about to show you how to get this money. Now, this is how you got to market yourself. And you got to do this every single day. And then we're going to ride you. When you ain't doing it, we calling you. Hey, is everything okay? Here, try these. Post this. And then if you still ain't doing it, we may try to even, why don't you give us your social media handles? Maybe we can advertise for you, depending on what type of presence this person has access to. You know, we will go all the way there. And if they want to, now you can take them to the water, but you can't make them drink it. So everybody don't want it. And that was a mistake that I made before, trying to, look, do this. You could, because if they call me borrowing money, then I got to show you how to get some.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm loaning out a lot of money all the time. Let me show you how to get some money then. And then, you know, I'm trying to show them, but it's not for everyone. I don't understand why not, when it is something that can change your life, because it has changed my life. Now, my real job, I'm a nurse practitioner level. I own an STNA phlebotomy and EKG school, 32 partnerships in the state of Ohio where I'm licensed at. That's where my nursing license is. And so, you know, that's big. That's not little. But still, I'm within 1 year, I'm probably, you know, clearing maybe $500,000 that it takes me the whole year to do.
Yeah.
And in 60 days, we made $18 million in 60 days. Could you imagine how that look on the screen? Because we can see it. We have a micro office management system where in real time we can see the money that's being made. And that's so I just leave the screen up all day.
And that's from a team, and that's from like the entire team as a collective.
As a collective, we made 18 million this year. We destined to make 50 million or more this year. That's how we're structured. So, so we have a structure and it works, and it's the marketing. If you're not marketing yourself, then you ain't gonna have no money, you know. But if you are marketing yourself the right way and you're showing up like you're supposed to, it's marketing strategies. And so we're very proficient with that and artificial intelligence. So before I hit it, I was doing artificial intelligence about 7 months before I shared it with my team.
You say you was holding the sauce for a minute.
No, I don't never bring nothing to them until I try it first and prove it.
That makes sense.
So then so boss is boss, leaders lead by showing by action. So when they tell me this is hard or they say they can't do it, I know, no, because I did it. So you can't tell me. I always do it first. And so so I did it. Me and my marketing team, you know, used it for about 7 months. And then when we saw that it worked and how it scaled me and we had results, because my results, I got receipts. My receipts ain't just me running my mouth, it's numbers. And so we had results. Then I shared it with my team and started getting them involved and getting them to use it. So now we incorporate it on a basic level to the team so they can use it and multiply, because we build high producing teams. So that's what I do for people. So I'm not one to saying, hey, you want a tax office? Let me train you some tax preparers. No, it's, hey, do you want to empower other tax professionals, because I can incorporate you and make you a service bureau where you can have your own digital product, which is the wave of any digital product is the wave of the future. And so you can have your own software, and then off this software, even while you sleep, anybody that use it, they can be in Timbuktu, they use your software, then you're going to make money. And so I like digital products, and I like making money while I'm asleep residually. I don't really touch things unless it's residual. Even my physical products, like my school, that I have a lot of locations, I incorporate everything from the blueprint that I learned with taxes. That's how I got 32 locations. I use that same blueprint. Now I have, and I have a logistics company as well. So now I'm building that the same way. And now I have added more trucks to my fleet. And then by next year, hopefully 50 trucks to my fleet. I ain't never took a trucking class. I don't even know how to start your truck. You know, I did sit behind the wheel and say, oh, this is cute. Took a picture. Hey, I just got this truck. But I get a check every week. You see what I'm saying? From the trucking company, it ain't no slouch check either.
Yeah.
So, you know, just building residual products and stuff like that. But as far as the taxes, that's how you would get started, and that's how we would help you. We would help you recruit. So we would help you. We would do a webinar for you, and we would help you recruit your team. You would invite them to the opportunity, and then we would, show them our blueprint. And then after they recruit, then we would give you a whole business in a box with contracts and white label to everything, all the digital products that we have, training tools and everything that has our name on it that we use to be a systematic and to be systematic.
Yeah,
Then
have
we
access to.
white label it to you for your own company. We want you to build your company in your name, build your
Man,
brand.
that's dope.
So that's what we do, and we've been very successful with getting a lot of making 6 to 8 figure earners.
That's dope.
Yeah, we're
That's
changing
super
a lot of
dope.
people's lives.
Definitely. And even with that, like, that's a perfect segue because just in me knowing, your story and what you do, philanthropy, giving back to the community is something that really big on. How important do you think it is for successful entrepreneurs to support their communities? You know what I mean? Just the significance of it.
Because when and I don't want to get all spiritual, but I believe in God, and I know that He is, and when He puts you in position, and you do have a platform, then you're supposed to use it. And the way that you use it is from your hurt and your pain and those things that you went through, so you can give back and helping other people. So that's why I do the Toys for Tots, because my children almost didn't get toys. Now I give away millions, and I want y'all to come and help too, because we be needing support. I'm down here in Detroit. I've been doing it in Ohio for 25 years, and I finally last year got an opportunity to be in the downriver area. Actually, is where I am. But the fact that I'm able to come back to Michigan and do what I've been doing in Ohio, but I'm from here, and I love Ohio, and it's been good to me, and I appreciate and respect it. But my heart is here. This is where I'm from, and I can't, nothing will never change that, and I wouldn't want it to. So being able to come and be impactful like that, here in Michigan is amazing. So I'm always trying to do those things where I struggle. That's how I help people.
100%. In terms of, because we know overall, historically, Detroit has been known as like a cultural black city, right? Dating back to the 60s, the Motown, era, and so forth. My question is, and especially looking at the downfall of black businesses in the community, what's your perspective on the current state of black owned businesses in Detroit? And how do you see the city evolving financially in the near future?
So I'm actually, being led back to doing business in Detroit. A couple entities I've spoken with wants me to bring my STNA phlebotomy and EKG program here to Michigan, and so we're trying to collaborate on that. And just I have a lot of businesses in Detroit as well, just income tax affiliated with my partners, and so I feel like the city of Detroit is on the uprise as far as that's concerned. More people are trying to become entrepreneurs, but I feel like more people do. It's still not enough, and more people do need to get involved, and more people do need to. But see, it's the mindset. We back to the mindset again. People just don't have the mind. They have a worker's mentality, and then they're gonna have that worker's paycheck and that worker's lifestyle, and they're caught up on a hamster wheel. And so, just trying to get people to another mindset, I feel like is challenging, but we're trying to do it. So I'm actually here in Detroit. Well, of course, I came to see you today, but I'm speaking on a panel on Tuesday for Voter Elsted. Chanel is, and I'm one of the sponsors. And so it's been so refreshing working with somebody that's actually trying to make a difference. So I'm always trying to make a difference. And I just never caught up with my people in Detroit that was trying to make a difference. Now I feel like I've caught up with them. They had a event I was able to support with Cash Doll and Chanel and them over in the park, where they had a back to school giveaway, and I was able to go over there and support them in a huge way. And so that's what I'm all about. And I just feel like if more of us just come together, but I'm stating that it's on the uprise because that rally that they're putting on Tuesday, there's motion out here. It's things going on, and people that are lined up with that need to tap in. Just like now, I'm tapped in, and so just bringing about more awareness and stuff like that. But I appreciate where everything is headed, and I'm looking forward to being able to do more business in the city of Detroit and provide more jobs and services to the city of Detroit.
Mm-hmm. All right. So with that being said, it's a lot of people out here that may have a couple dollars, may not have their business structured, may not have their finances structured. And this portion, before we do close out, in this portion, I want to learn from you. What are some money tips, saving money, like financial tips that can help a person get ahead? Like, is there, like, how do you work your budgets? How do you just go about your daily? I know you're not just spending and just out here just, blowing a bag, but what's some financial tips from you?
So we've been in existence on most of my businesses for a very long time. So it's kind of easy now being at that point. But starting out, just making sure like whatever monies come in, with my banking system is important. So I have a lot of different banking accounts because, monies that I may receive. Accounts that's receiving monies and then accounts that's paying out monies, keeping that clear and structure and and keeping it clean. And also, pretty much like, well, since I've been in existence now, I know what, my utilities are. I know what, like at the school, what we have to order and things that we have to pay for and stuff like that. And then what I'll have a certain budget that I'm going to spend on even salaries. I'll have a budget that I'm going to spend on marketing. So just making sure that you are, structuring things out and having budgets, because some people, you can't just be spending out of control and not knowing what's going in and what's coming out. And then also you can do your taxes, quarterly, or making sure that, because I don't do mine quarterly, I do mine yearly, but monthly we're doing, doing our reports and stuff like that, our profit and losses every month. We have that, but every week I meet with my assistant to discuss what's going on, where are we, what's going on, and just to make sure that we stand, within those parameters, because it can get out of hand and you'll lose track of what's going on, especially when you have a lot of things going on. And some people try to take at least 15% of what they made and put it in a savings. So it's always so important to have some residual, because if something, go haywire, it can offset and it can, be critical for a small business, if somebody don't have, because sometimes in small business, I remember when I first got my school, residual, 15% put to the side, I'm barely paying the rent, keeping the lights on.
Yeah.
So, when it's like that, then you really have to be structured in your spending, and maybe some sacrifices that you definitely gonna have to make to keep it going, and until you can get to the point where you are saving and putting, some residual away. But it's really, you should be putting 15%, to the side. I got a whole little. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but it's a written structure where this percent go to this percent go to that, and so I learned that through one of my mentors, and I try to abide by that.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot of game. Like, that's a lot of game. I learned so much in this amount of time, and I ain't gonna lie, you got me ready to jump into tax.
You should.
But
With your platform, you listen. What if you get like even 5 offices under you, and one of them was just like me? I'm a whole corporation to the people I partner with. She don't partner with those people. She partner with me. I partner with them. They partner with one person, and I have 200 partners, over 206 partnerships. Yeah. So yeah, all right. Look,
yeah, I'll be
all
calling.
right.
Look, I'll be calling. But man, it was honestly a pleasure and an honor to have you. I appreciate the wisdom that you gave to the audience. Before you depart, any last minute things, words of encouragement, a lesson, or just anything that you would want to tell to your supporters, potential supporters, and just the people in general?
And I'm gonna say this because I wanted to mention this, and then I'm gonna come back to that. I want to leave two because it's
Mm-hmm.
for two different communities of people. The first community of people is to the higher earners. I'm a higher earner, and it's not easy. Money is not easy, and it's tricky. And you gotta and you can't just make um, astronomical amounts of money and not know how to use money. Like I have in structure even. So I have a holding company. I have all those things put in place where I'm trademarked. You know what I mean? Like so people don't understand the importance of that too. And so but we teach all of that stuff because when I'm getting these people all of this money, now I have to show them how to spend it and show them how to protect it, and show them how to invest it. And so all of that is like a whole nother a realm that go along with it. So for the higher earners, make sure you got your business structured properly, and not just with your. When I say that, I don't mean you got an LLC and an EIN. I'm not talking about that. Get you a holding company. Make sure you are trademarked. Do all those things. Get yourself set up. If you own properties and stuff, do you have your will and all of that stuff? A trust. Have all of that stuff. I've already set it up for my children's children, and my grandchildren. I got it set up for their children, but my grandchildren is 3 years old and 1 year old. But they're set up for their children. And so, but I have all that structured. And so that's a big mistake that people make. And then anything can happen. And now everybody's fighting and arguing. Nobody knows what's what. And it's just a big mess. Or, somebody come and steal their business right from up under them because they didn't trademark. It's just so much that can happen. So that's for that community of people. For people that don't have nothing today and you down on your luck, that's just today. Tomorrow is a whole nother day. So get up and go get it. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. You need to get focused, get your mindset together, and then just go after your dream. And all you have to do is plan it out. You don't have to do it in one big. When you eating a sandwich, you're gonna take bites of that sandwich. You're not just about to take the whole sandwich and throw it down your throat. So get your list, write out the list of things that you need to accomplish to make that thing happen, and just check it off one at a time. And before you know it, you'll be all set up. Your business will be in motion. So, and just trying to invest into entrepreneurship because we was all born with a gift. That's the thing we're supposed to be walking in. When you walk in your gift, you walking in your destiny. When you walk in your destiny, that's when you're doing that thing you was called to do, and you're going to automatically prosper because of that.
100%, 100%. If you can, let the people know where to find you at on all social media platforms.
Yes, so you can find me on Facebook at DJhonia, and my last name is S as in Sam, EL, P as in Paul, H as in Henry. And I have a blue check mark. I'm certified, so you will know that it's me, and then you'll see my lovely smile. Okay, you'll see me there. And then on Instagram, it is the real THEREAL DJSELPH. And then on TikTok, I'm at Billionaire Concepts. Yeah. So make sure you guys go and follow me because I'm giving up daily. I'm giving up value. When you come to my page, you're going to leave smarter every day.
That's what it is. So y'all make sure y'all take that up. Don't sleep on this opportunity. Yep. DJ, Foreign Magazine, Pulse of the Culture. Let's get it.